Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Do It Yourself, and today I'm going to show you steps on how to remove and replace your water heater. And I'll show you why this one's getting replaced. Down there in the corner, got a little bit of rust around the seams, rust on the bottom of the pan there, or on just the top tray. So this is a gas water heater, and the first step that I'll show you is to go ahead and turn off your water supply. So there, the water is off. And so what you can do now is go ahead and disconnect your gas connection. And you want to go ahead and turn that off. And then I'll go ahead and disconnect that, and we'll start draining it from right here. Alright, I want to show you what I did on the soldering here for that expansion valve. I needed to make it longer so I could get it down to the drain pan. I went ahead and did one connection. I went ahead and soldered one fitting. I'll show you what I do for the next fitting here. Clean that out really well. Make sure it's nice and clean. Up a little bit in the ice. I went ahead and fluxed this soldering paste. Just throw some flux on there. Go ahead and do it on the inside of your connection. Copper connection. Oh, this is 3/4 inch piping is what this is right here. And you can go crazy on the paste. I would say more the better. At least that way you're covering everything and have a good solid connection. When you put your wiring in there, you heat it up for your wiring. Everything will get covered. Okay. Push that in. I like using the MAC gas, it heats it up faster. And what you want to do, make sure your tip's not way far out. Just go ahead, and what you're going to do is go ahead and heat up the middle, the connection, the middle part of it, not the outside part, because you want to heat up where you want the flux or the soldering wire to go to. So you'll see it start bubbling up. You can get both sides here. You start seeing the paste bubbling up a little bit. And pretty soon it'll start sucking it in. Change sides a couple times. sucking it in already. You just want to make sure you get it all the way around. And once it starts dripping, you know that it's all in there. There, it started dripping. Just double check, look around, make sure it's all covered all the way around. Looks good. Go ahead and bring it out a little more, and then we'll put it back on the water heater. Yeah, I've got the check valve copper line in, the pressure relief valve copper line in. So that's ready. And then I've got the drain pan in. I went ahead and it's 1-inch PVC going down to the ground there. And then what I also did, I replaced the supply line, the cold supply line coming in, with a new SharkBite check valve and flexible tubing. The old one was corroded a little bit. I'll show you that. And what I did, I just sweated the pipe or the connection there until it got nice and hot, and then I pulled it right off. So the next part will be putting the new one in, and I'll show you that in just a second. Okay, I had to go back to the home improvement store to get another connection. This one was a little bit too long, so I went ahead and got a 12-inch instead of an 18-inch. So that way it's not all kinked up going into the cold supply line for the water heater. And then I went ahead and tightened these up, the connectors. And then I went ahead and hooked in the wiring. Pretty simple, red to red, black to black. Ground is the green. Go ahead and had that. I had a connector, I just crimped on the end of that and put it inside there. And then after that, I went ahead and drained. I turned the water valve back on, and then I went ahead and drained it from the bottom just to make sure there was nothing inside, and made sure the water was clean coming out and clear. And then next, I'll go ahead and close up these wiring connections, close up the plate, and then I'll turn it back on at the circuit breaker, and we'll see if it turns on. Okay, I went ahead and hooked it up at the circuit breaker. I went ahead and flipped the breakers. So the water heater is heating up right now. And again, just make sure it is full of water before you turn the circuit breaker or the power on. And I hope this has been helpful. Well, this is Mike from Mike's Do It Yourself. Wishing you good luck on your next home or automotive project. And thanks for watching.